Hi guys, this is Rampant FM, and today we continue our NXGN Top 50 Wonderkids in Football Manager 2022. I was actually going to do this in one big part, however my body has decided to develop a sore throat recently. It's not just me for some reason, I guess we're coming into the winter months, but yeah, so today we're just going to go from 21 to 35, and then we'll have our part 3 a wee bit later. Hopefully I'll be feeling a wee bit better, but yeah, if you notice a difference in my voice, it's because of that. So number 21 on our list is Jaden Slory. Again, apologise if my pronunciations of any of these are wrong, but yeah, he's contracted to Feyenoord in Holland. His valuation is between 150k and 7.4 million. I probably need to scout him further, but his physicals look really good for a right winger. Mentals need a wee bit of work. His technicals, yeah, not great. I mean, he is only 16-year-old. I think he'll probably be under a youth contract, yeah, but he has agreed to sign a professional contract pretty much at the end of the season, so I don't think he would have played. No, he's not played a league game for Feyenoord yet. He has played one non-competitive appearance with an average rating of 7.40. Not bad, he looks promising. So number 22 is Tanguy Nianzou from Bayern Munich. His valuation is actually out of date, he's worth a lot more. He would be a good sign-in for the future. Really decent player. I remember him from FM22, really highly rated. His physicals, mentals, really, really decent. He's predominantly a centre-back, but can actually play a sort of DM role, centre-mid. Don't think he'll have anything. Yeah, he's on quite a lot of wages, so definitely Bayern will probably be wanting to keep a hold of him. But yeah, like I thought, he is getting a game for Bayern. 21 appearances, 2 goals, 1 player of the match, an average rating of 7.42. This guy is actually really good. I remember him in FM21, and I think previously he was just getting to the point of maybe starting, and now it looks like he's pretty much a starter for Bayern Munich, so he will be more difficult to get your hands on. Number 23 is Yunis Musah of Valencia. Again, his valuation's out of date, unfortunately. Although one for the future, sign on whatever the price. I agree, I've actually had this guy. I managed the US in FM21, and this guy always seemed to be the star player. Absolutely amazing. Technicals brilliant, mentals brilliant. I mean, all across the board, this guy is amazing. Predominantly sort of, preferably a winger. I know he can play sort of midfield, but I always prefer him in that sort of right midfield role or right attacking midfield role. This guy is absolutely unbelievable. His minimum fee release is 46 million. If I had the money, I'd probably pay that. I honestly would. He's that good. Valencia, I'm not sure if they want as much as that. I think, if I remember correctly, they do have some financial issues, so you could maybe try your luck at trying to get him for cheaper, but certainly this guy is amazing. I actually love this guy. And he has been playing for Valencia, 20 appearances, 2 goals, 1 assist, 2 player of the matches, average rating is 7.19. Non-competitive is 6.80, but he's only played 1 appearance. But yeah, really like this guy. I didn't realise he used to play for Arsenal. That's a negative on his part there, but maybe being a Spurs fan. But no, this guy is amazing. Really, really highly rated. Worth it. If you've got the money, I would suggest trying to tempt Valencia to get him. So we move on to Filip Stevanovic of Heerenveen. He is on loan from Man City. Another player that you've maybe heard of. He's predominantly a winger. Technical's really good, mental's really good, physical's pretty decent, but he can play on either wing. The only thing is he is on loan from Man City, and his valuation is going to be much higher than that, I would assume, which is crazy. Definitely one that to keep an eye on, but I do think Man City will probably want to keep a hold of him. Would be a superb signing for the future. He's got nothing in terms of his contract or anything like that, but if you were trying to tempt him away from Man City, he'd probably want a lot more in terms of wages. Let's see what he's been doing for Heerenveen. 33 appearances, 4 goals, 5 assists, 1 player of the match, an average rating of 7.37. A really decent player actually, but yeah, some of these are going to be really hard to tempt away from their clubs, especially if they're like some Man City and whatnot. I actually, hopefully they don't sue me, because I did actually mention their name in the last video, but yeah, I should have said Man U FC. Of course, it's probably going to become a meme, but the next player is Diallo. Really love this guy. I had him at Atalanta. I done a save with Atalanta, and he was always epic. That was before obviously he moved to Man United, but yeah, it would be a quality signing for the future. That's now out of date. I'm a wee bit annoyed that these are out of date now. So many of them, I wasn't quite expecting that. He's wanted by Inter Milan. I think Man United would probably sell him, especially if he's not playing, but his technicals are really good, especially the dribbling. His physicals are really good. His determination's quite high as well. Yeah, he's not on loads of wages at Man United. He's still quite young. He's got an optional contract extension by the club of 1 year. And let's see if he's been getting games. I think he would have. In fact, no, he's not. He's not really been getting many games for Man United. He's only played two appearances, scored 1 goal, average rating of 7 basically. Non-competitive, a lot better. He's had 50 appearances, 12 goals, 19 assists, and an average rating of 7.6. So it looks like Man United could sell him. If you're say an Inter Milan, for example. I don't know how much they would want though. I'm going to butcher this boy's name. Ilya Zabarnyi of Dynamo Kiev, Ukrainian centre back. Although one for the future, sign him whatever the price. His valuation is currently 17.5 million. Really decent physicals, really decent mentals, especially for a centre back. His determination's quite high too, which is obviously a positive for a young player. Only 19-year-old, the Ukrainian. He does actually have a minimum fee release of 17.25, which is why obviously that's his price in the scouting. Sometimes it's not, sometimes it is, but he looks really decent actually. I'd probably be tempted to give him a try if you have that sort of money. Doesn't seem like he's on a lot of wages. Don't know if he'll ask more in terms of foreign clubs, but I'm assuming he would. For Dynamo Kiev, he's had 23 appearances, 2 goals, 1 assist, and his average rating is 7.20. Looks really decent, him actually. Not a player that I'm that familiar with, but definitely looks like one for the future. Next up is Tiago Tomas of Sporting Lisbon. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but certainly it used to be Benfica that had all these class wonder kids. It's starting to become more of a Sporting Lisbon in the last sort of previous FMs. Guys like Nuno Mendes, Tiago Tomas now. So centre forward, Portuguese, 19-year-old. His value is between 3.3 and 4 million. Would be a good signing for the future. So not overly amazing according to my scouts. His physicals are really, really decent. His mentals are really good. High determination. Looks like a striker. His finishing could probably be a wee bit better, but there's certainly a few things that you can work on. But it looks like he wants a new deal to reflect his ability, so interesting. But he is wanted by Bayern Munich, Inter, Juventus. So he has a minimum fee release of 51 million, but I'm assuming you could probably get him for cheaper than that. But yeah, it looks like a really decent player. Not one that I'm overly familiar with. It's 27 appearances, 10 goals, 3 assists, 1 player of the match, an average rating of 7.26. So we're back at San for a Brazilian centre-back, 18-year-old, Kaiky. Hopefully, again, I've pronounced that correctly, between 8.6 and 13.5 valuation. Physicals look decent, mentals look decent. That's kind of what you would expect from a decent centre-back, but certainly ball-playing defender. I like his passing there. Yeah, he looks a kind of mould for a ball-playing centre-back, and yeah, really looks decent. Minimum fee release of 12.25 million, really decent. For domestic clubs it's 42.5 million. Yeah, interesting. The only thing that kind of puts you off these the sort of South American players would probably be Brexit, but if you're maybe like someone in Italy or and whatnot, then they'd probably be easier to go there. So similar to the other boy, he's only played 1 appearance, average rating of 7.10, no non-competitives. I'm not actually sure because of how it's worked out previously with Brazil. That might also be this season, the 2021. So we could probably look at that. 32 appearances, 2 goals, 1 assist, and average rating of 7.14. Not that bad for a young player. Not bad at all. Not going to lie, I probably played a part in this player's development. Obviously, I am managing Spurs in this save. This guy, similar to other strikers for Tottenham, are really highly rated. But yeah, certainly I feel like I probably played a part in this boy, developing him. Between 25 and 42 million. Northern Irish 17-year-old. He did actually get a call-up, if I remember correctly, to the Northern Irish team. But look at his non-competitives, 24 goals. He's actually been really good, I must admit. I've played him in a few sort of competitions here and there. Not gave him a league start, but I think if you're looking at Tottenham, you're probably looking at who's going to be the next Harry Kane, and will it be sort of Donnelly, will it be someone else? But this guy looks really good. He did get an international call-up in Northern Ireland as well because of his form for the club or whatever, but... I played a part in this definitely, but yeah, definitely look into him as well because he is, regardless of how I've trained him and whatnot, he is really highly rated. So moving on to number 30 is Wahid Faghir of Stuttgart, between 5.2 million and 6.4 million. I do need to do a further scouting, but his physicals look really decent. His finishing is really good. He can play sort of either wing or up front. with that finishing, I'd be tempted to play him as a sort of forward. Danish 18-year-old. So yeah, he's still on low wages, but I'm assuming he will be getting a game for Stuttgart. We'll just have to see. Yep, 11 appearances, 0 goals, 0 assists, 0 player of the matches. His average rating is 6.50, which isn't that great. He's obviously only recently moved to the club, so he's probably one for maybe like the second or third seasons. Non-competitive, he's had 16 appearances, 5 goals, a lot better in terms of his average rating at 7.39. So yeah, again, it's one of those ones where you probably want to look at the non-competitive rather than the first team, because he is still quite young. So we're swiftly moving through them. We're now on number 31, I believe. Russian Arsen Zakharyan from Dynamo Moscow, between 13.5 million and 16.5. Again, need to do a wee bit of scouting, but it certainly looks like he's a centre mid or a attacking mid. Technicals look really decent, physicals look really decent. Even some mentals in there are looking pretty decent. A determination of 14. He's obviously picked up his first cap for Russia as well, which is decent for him. So he does have a minimum fee release, but it does have an expiry date of 2024, so you would have to pick him up preferably sort of second season, because if he signs a new contract, I'm assuming then that might even become higher. So could be a decent one to have a punt on for that minimum. Let's see what he's doing for Dynamo Moscow. So he's had 20 appearances, 1 goal, 3 assists, 1 player of the match. His average rating is 7.19. Not overly amazing, to be honest, but yeah, it certainly looks decent. So next up on our list is Giovanni Reyna, obviously Borussia Dortmund, but I have actually signed him for Spurs on a loan, then leading to a permanent transfer. I had him for my Wolves team in the FM Premier. Absolute amazing. Love him at the sort of the cam role. Really decent technicals, really good mentals, really good physicals. This guy is brilliant. I don't know what it is with the American players, but there's so many decent players in America. But yeah, this guy, absolute brilliant. For Tottenham, he's played 13 times. He's had 5 assists and 1 player of the match with an average rating of 7.36. He's actually done really well. To get him in, you will actually have to offer loads in terms of fees and whatnot. I did have to offer Borussia Dortmund a lot of money to get him in, and I didn't get him in the summer. I got him in the January window because I don't think he had played that too much. We had only played twice with Borussia Dortmund, so they were looking to loan him. I don't think they're looking to loan him in the summer, so you kind of want to potentially go after him in January if he's not been getting a lot of games, which he hadn't been that season. So I was quite fortunate in this save to get him because he had only played twice basically. So yeah, it might not always be the case. He might actually get more games with Borussia Dortmund. I was playing him from January, so I'm not sure why Borussia Dortmund wouldn't, but yeah, he only had 2 appearances for them. But yeah, class player, really good at sort of centre attacking midfield. But yeah, definitely look out for him in January if you're looking to loan someone in, because there is a chance that Borussia Dortmund might loan him out. Again, I'm probably going to butcher this boy's name, but Isaac Shabangu of Anderlecht, between 34 million and 41 million is his valuation. Only 18-year-old, Congolese, looks like a winger. His physicals look really decent for a winger. Determination's pretty decent at 14. Not a lot of technicals, which is a wee bit surprising, but again, he's only 18. He does have 2 international caps. Don't think there'll be anything in terms of... he's not got anything in terms of his contract that we can really look at. He has had 31 appearances for Anderlecht, 4 goals, 2 assists, and his average rating is 7.226. Really decent, that boy. Next up is Fabio Silva of Wolves, 19-year-old Portuguese. I actually think he went down a wee bit compared to FM20 and FM21. I don't know if he's been pushed up again, but to me it seems like his potentials kind of went down. Might be talking nonsense there, but just from my perspective, I mean, I didn't keep him a part of my FM Premier team because his current ability wasn't that great. It's maybe more of a current ability thing than a potential ability, but certainly I feel like he's probably went down a notch. Still highly rated, obviously, but just in terms of his current ability from when he moved to Wolves, I think it's been affected. But he might have went up in FM22. So, but it looks like that way anyway. Certainly with a valuation of between 3 million and 82 million. His physicals look really decent. His mentals are really good as well. Dribbling, finishing, first touch, really decent. Obviously, he's more of a forward than anything else. Not on loads of wages. And this is what was going to interest me, but yeah, he has actually had appearances for Wales, 13 appearances, 2 goals, 2 assists, average rating's quite low actually, from 6.85, but if you look at his non-competitive, he's had 16 appearances, 18 goals, an average rating of 7.53. Yeah, I'm a bit undecided on Fabio Silva. I think, like I mentioned, I think his current abilities went down in FM21, but his potential might have either stayed the same or went up. So yeah, I'm a bit undecided on him, but certainly if he's getting a game for Wolves, then he's definitely going to be one to look out for in terms of first team. So we're going to end the video on Noah Mbamba of Club Brugge. His valuation is between 5.4 million and 8.4 million. It's not going to notice that his dynamics are quite poor. I don't know if he'll be looking to leave. He's probably maybe not getting a game. Certainly physicals again, mentals. Determination's quite low there actually, but yeah, marking and passing seems to be decent. Again, probably a ball-playing defender, but I don't think he'll have anything. Nah, he's quite low, but I'm assuming with the dynamics, he's not been playing. Yeah, he's not been playing. Non-competitive, three games, average rating 6.5. So that one's probably more of a mystery because he hasn't been playing, but it certainly looks like he's unhappy of not playing. So we'd need to do a wee bit more scouting on him to see if he's going to be good. But certainly if he's on this list, you would think that Club Brugge are maybe making a mistake not playing him, which again maybe you could probably force the issue and put an offer in for him and see if they would actually accept a decent offer. But anyway, that is 21 to 35 of our top 50 Wonder Kids. I will be back with my final part hopefully soon. Hopefully my throat will be a wee bit better. But I do appreciate the support. I appreciate everyone watching in, and especially people that are subbing to the channel again. Some people have asked, my Scottish Wonder Kids video will not be out until the game is released, simply because I obviously want to get all the correct potential abilities to make sure the list is accurate basically. But I've got a few other things planned over the next sort of few weeks. I'll see you soon.